Hello there everybody, and welcome to another Ford Crown Victoria video. The weather is getting much nicer here as we get into the middle of spring, and happy May everybody, because summer is not very far away. The Crown Vic's been treating me good, knocked on wood, for the last quite a long time actually. It has not needed any repairs since November. I got the AC recharged last month, so the AC is back to working perfectly fine, because for those of you who remember, the AC compressor ceased to operate properly and did not work at all before winter came. So I got the AC compressor replaced for winter, and I finally got around to getting it recharged at the Ford dealership. It was only $80 some, so not too bad, especially for Canada's car prices, because getting stuff done to dealership, or anywhere here for that matter, car parts are much more expensive in Canada than what they are in the United States. Besides that, the car really does not have any updates. I just gave it a nice quick wash while it's nice out today. It's supposed to be nice this week. As you guys remember, I did replace both the passenger and the driver's side headlight with OEM replacements, and I very much suggest getting OEM replacements for your headlights, because all the other ones don't fit quite as well, and the OEM ones are going to last you much longer before they start to fade and all that jazz, like the aftermarket ones do. Aftermarket, you'll probably get 1 to 2 years out of them, and then you'll have to replace them again. OEM, you're going to be good for 5-6 years again. So just get OEM ones. They were only $90 Canadian. I think the States are $50 or $60. So go with OEM. The only other thing I really need for the car is to replace one of the rims in the right rear, because it is a hairline bent. But besides that, she's in good shape, besides the little nick I had on the fender there over the winter and a little bit of rust around the fender well. Gas prices, for those of you that know and have been following the news or just been driving by a gas station, have been going up, and rapidly, over the course of the last few months. Unfortunately, here in Canada, Nova Scotia, our gas prices are hovering anywhere between $7.25 a gallon to $7.50 a gallon, and diesel is nearly $11 a gallon. Yes, you heard those numbers right. It is very painful to drive this car right now, and the cost of living, as many of you know, has been going up as well, along with those high gas prices. Maybe not quite as high as the gas, but unfortunately, driving this car has become very painful. Getting 21 mile per gallon on the highway and 17.5 mile per gallon, maybe 18 on average, is not great during these times. As much as I love this car, if things keep going the way they're going, I may have to part with it, as much as I don't want to. This thing has been, for the most part, very reliable. It's got me A to B, almost no issues, besides the odd one here and there. Last year was expensive, but besides that, it's been good. I really do not want to part with the car. It's been reliable, but unfortunately, if gas keeps going the way it does, this thing takes $65 to $70 to fill from just half a tank, guys. It is not economical right now. It's brutal. Even smaller cars are $80, $90 to fill nowadays. If I wanted to fill this from empty, we're looking at $120 to $130, which is just astronomically high for a vehicle these days. Unfortunately, it's not fun. If I do have to replace it, I'm probably just going to unfortunately have to go with go move sideways into a vehicle, so like an Impala or something that's still a similar price, but while they're 20-25% better on gas to the V6, you're losing some of the reliability that comes with the Crown Vic, and ultimately the fun factor of driving a Crown Vic. I really do not want to have to do that, but if it gets to that point, I'm going to have to, guys. I do not want to let this car go, and I'm going to hold off as long as I can, but unfortunately, if things keep going the way they are, I'm probably going to have to sell it. I knew I'm fine with gas being around $6, 6.25-ish a gallon maximum, and I figured that's about where it would stay, but we're talking about going into $8, $8.50 a gallon come summertime. I just cannot afford to drive this thing. Right now, I'm only driving 3 or 4 miles to work and back each day. I usually come home for lunch, but and then I drive at a couple spots that are 20 minutes away. And honestly, guys, that's still $65, $70 a week just to go that distance in this thing right now. It's not a good time. I hate it. I imagine a lot of you are in the same boat. We all love our Crown Vics, but push comes to shove, filling up these gas tanks during today's world has not become a very fun time. And like I said, I'm really hoping that things do get better eventually, but because these cars have become very hard to find, and you really cannot find a good one anymore unless you're willing to pay a lot of money for them. So hopefully things get a little bit better, but right now, for the most part, it just sits in the driveway. I drive it my very short distance to work and wherever else I really need to go, which I've limited a lot now. So it does a lot of sitting in the driveway. Mileage wise, I'm not putting a whole lot on it. We're only at 154,400 kilometers, and I bought this thing 3 years ago, and I did store it the first couple winters that I had it. So I've only put on 32,000 kilometers since I've had this car in 3 years. Not very much. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully things get better in the world. Apparently they're saying middle of 2023 to early 2024 is when we're going to see a relief. So we could be in for a long while as far as filling up our tanks go. But other than that, all's been well, and see you all next time.